What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here for episode 50, halfway to 100. Episode 50 of Flashback Pink Slips, and it's the end of the 2011 season. Playoffs are still very much on the line. I think it's gonna. Well, it clearly is gonna come down to whoever wins the division. I don't think in the NFC you're gonna have one of the NFC least teams really squeaking in. So everything is pretty much to focus on the Redskins. So as we look at the schedule, there's no amount of justification over any matchup in reality because nothing's really going to affect us. There's, you could argue, oh, well, you want to try to at least win your NFC games because who knows, you can sneak. But we're so far beyond even being in the realm of possibility for those final two wildcard spots. We just need to pick the two games that I think we have a chance at the sim, and then we got to play the two that might be difficult. So the Bears are not particularly good. They're 5-5-2. Should feel like we might be able to win that one in the sim. However, the Baltimore Ravens, you look at the Ravens, they're legit. They're 7-4-1, the 4 seed right now in the AFC. We have the Vikings, who are the second place team in the NFC, and the Buccaneers way down here at 4-8. So one would say that the Bucs and the Bears games should give us the best chance in the sim. And playing the Ravens and the Vikings will give us best chance on the field. So that's kind of how we're going to follow it. So let's, without further ado, get into our first sim game against the 5-5-2 Chicago Bears. Need I remind you, that Week 13 victory that we had was our very first sim victory of the season. So maybe momentum will carry over, and we can give it to Chicago. All right, let's go. Let's go all the way down. We're in front of our home fans. Come on, Donnie, and on the one. They go for it and get the touchdown. Beautiful. Act like you want to win your division with probably 7 wins, okay? Act like that's going to be a harrowing accomplishment. So Chicago gets their first touchdown in the game before the first half, but we go all the way down the field to capitalize. Oh, this is a beautiful performance. Defense. The addition of Eric Berry, man. Ever since, that's the only difference. The only difference is we've had Eric Berry on our team last week in that Packers sim win. And this week, in our Bears sim win, hell yeah! What a performance from the Philadelphia Eagles in the sim. 28-14, Donovan McNabb holds off Vince Young. I'll calculate the stars. Look at that, Percy Harvin, 11 catches, 172 yards. That's a huge game. I'm seeing at least a 3-star. Right, maybe a little off the mark with a 3-star, but we won the game, and we won by 14, so that's 1.5 stars. We had the plus-minus in the turnovers, which is worth half a star. For our player stats, Donovan McNabb over 300 yards, man. He has insane amount of yardage. He's like a top 3 quarterback right now in passing yards, but over 300 yards, that is worth a half star. Solid game from Peyton Hillis. Percy Harvin, 11 catches, well, going over 100 yards. It's a half star for Percy Harvin. Then on the defensive side, we got 2.5 sacks from J.J. Watt. He's been outstanding, but the 2 sacks is worth half a star. And we also have an interception from Chris Harris Jr., which is worth half a star, totaling up to a 4-star performance. But because it was in the sim, we got to have it. It's a 2-star, but a +4 upgrade for the Philadelphia Eagles. So the trade that we're making, we're not using up the full 4 points, but I'm going to justify it in a second. But the first big move is huge. We're going to flip Terrell Brown, who's been, okay, 82, but he's actually only an 81. But he's been okay at 81. But I'm going to continue the path. I'm now on my favorite team, and I'm slowly starting to get a lot of my favorite players. Joe Hayden out of the University of Florida. Obviously one of the best corners I've ever seen. So there you go. There's an easy move. That's only using +2. Then I'm going to flip Tony Ugo, who's a 75 normal dev, for Todd Hermans, who's a 76 normal dev, a year older. But Todd Hermans was a very, very long-term tenured Philadelphia Eagle, and I'm going to move him into guard. Because I'm pretty sure he played guard. He was right guard for the Philadelphia Eagles, or one of the guards. He might have actually played right tackle, but I feel like he was a guard. Either way, that 1 point that I'm not using, I'm just going to act like that justifies me switching his position as soon as he joins the team, because we desperately need better players at guard. Oh, at midfield, let's go. Gronk getting separation. Bart Scott does it. Bart Scott. Can't remember what his stump thing was, but screw him. Remember he had that video? Can't remember. Sideline interview. Either way, enough of Bart Scott. This boat Gronk. Dude, the fact that Peyton Hillis keeps getting open on this same running back play is disgusting to me. Back-to-back weeks he's eating on that. 28 yards, we're goal to go. And he's probably going to get it on a C4 special, as long as he's not too gassed. But, you know, he's a former fullback, so he's getting kind of gassed. LeGarrette Blount's in. We'll give LeGarrette Blount a little screen time here. Not very much. Not the LeGarrette Blount you would remember last time he was in a Philadelphia jersey. He's like a 61 overall, right after punching a guy in the head while he was at Oregon. Second and goal. Let's see Julio. Let's see Julio get Donovan McNabb's 20th touchdown pass of the season. Good as gold. Let's go. Pain train. The pain train's coming. Get off the tracks. Goal. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I didn't trust the game. I didn't trust Madden there. Madden said B was open. I say Donovan McNabb can scramble in to extend the lead 14-zip. And that's exactly what he does. Don't trust Madden. Remember Stone Cold Steve Austin did his DTA, don't trust anybody? I'm going to get that brain on a shirt, but it's DTM. Don't trust Madden. That's a great idea for the first bit of merch. My God, why does it always happen when I'm blitzed? Oh, come on. Joe Hayden. Oh, that guy going backwards. This is your debut game. The Midnight Green. Come on. Okay, we got D'Amico Ryans. Mufasa. Want him against the Green Bay Packers. Let's see how he can lead this goal line stand. I mean, not bad. Pretty much blew his own gap assignment because of me and still was able to find a way to bring him down. 3rd and inches, one more big stand. Come on, David Guerrero, quarterback. They're not going to trust him to throw it, and Orakpo comes in off the edge, and I think it's going to hold him to a field goal attempt. It's 45th tackle of the year. Yeah, they're kicking the field goal. All right, we got a 3rd and 5 here at the 6. Going to have to be a big play. I like Gronk. I like Julio. And I'm actually going to keep Peyton Hillis in and pass, bro. Gronk or Julio, let's go. Julio. At least gets the first down. Nice. So that's what very nice C4 special opportunity for Peyton Hillis. I dare this game suggest any other type of run. It's completely unacceptable at this stage. Let's run opposite of the guy that has the superstar ability. Oh, phenomenal. Phenomenal execution. Huge arsenal and running the toss play. That's how he got his job in the NFL anyways. He's the man that's mastered the toss play. Julio runs away from the defender. Perfect call. Madden made the right option. Glow the B button. And there we go. Over 750 yards. Julio Jones in his rookie season. Beast, man. He's an absolute monster, Peyton Hillis. Let's go, oh, Donnie. Donnie doing him dirty, hitting Gronk.
Here we go.
All right, now it's the game's been over. Now it's gonna be time for me to pitch the touchdown shutout. I do not want them to get a friggin'. Everything's been 3 and out, and then of course on the final drive they're gonna get this 86. Pretty sure that's Todd Heap. Yeah, of course he's going to become a goddamn juggernaut just right now. Camera's on. They make me look like an idiot. They're playing phenomenal shutout defense. Oh, and look! He survives the sack from Watt. Pick it up. Brian Orakpo. There we go. Get me out of here. Won the game. We blew him out. We beat him by 21, which is the most you can get for scoring. So it's 2 stars from that. Looking at our own individual player performances. Nothing from Donovan, solid game. But over 100 yards for Peyton Hillis. That's half a star. Over 100 yards for Julio Jones. That's half a star. And then on the defensive side, we had 2 sacks from Broderick Bunkley, the surprise superstar dev trait D tackle. Got that dev trait boost like 2 weeks ago. He gets us a half a star. It ends up being a 3.5 star performance. Round down just because we do it. Because, I don't know, I want to be fair. It's a 3-star performance, a +6 upgrade, and a 2-game win streak from your Philadelphia Eagles here. Making a big-time push to make the playoffs. This is a big-time. I was like +6. It's going to be like, maybe we can get a guard or a corner. Nope, we're going to be able to flip Frosty Rucker. I'm only even using all 6. We're going to send Frosty Rucker, who's a solid player in his own right. Only 27, 81 star. But we're getting one of my favorite defensive tackles of all time, Ndamukong Suh. 86 superstar X Factor scheme fit. Yeah, thanks. All right, we've found a way to go 3-0. That's going to be maybe the most pressure to go 4-0 and find a way to make the playoffs that I think I've ever had in like a Madden, even maybe probably in all pink slips, the most pressure. We're smoking the Bucks. The reason why we picked this as our second sim game, because it looked like on paper the game we'd be most likely to win. And who would have thought adding really Earl Thomas, D'Amico Ryans, well, obviously down to Dominic House, but those two players on the defensive side of the ball, that's the only additions, would somehow mean our offense would score more points in the sim. So, yeah, oh, yeah, let's just, come on, keep running it up. 31-9. That is an ass whooping. 3-0 in the episode. Philly is coming on hot to finish this season. All right, so we beat them 31-9. Pretty much beat the brakes off them. That win, 21 points. It is 2 stars right off the rip. We also had the turnovers, which is worth half a star. For our play performances, Donovan McNabb got 3 passing touchdowns. That's worth half a star. Good game for Hillis, 6 yards off of getting some points. Good game for Julio, 6 yards off from getting us some pink slips points. But we got 2 sacks for J.J. Watt, which is worth half a star. 2 interceptions for newcomer Joe Hayden. Way to introduce yourself to the Eagle fan base. Those 2 picks are worth 1 total star. It's a 4.5 star performance. Can't get a half. So we round down to a 4-star performance, a +8 upgrade to take a player away from the Bucks. Unreal episode. So to utilize all 8 of our points, we're going to flip Nate Clements, serviceable veteran, 77, 76 superstar. But we're going to flip that for Vontae Davis, 84 superstar. Now, Vontae Davis was actually a really solid corner. There's probably like a 3-4 year period where he was definitely a top 10 corner in the NFL. Was that when he was Miami or Indy? I can't remember. But unfortunately, his career came to an end, and he's probably now going to be most known as a guy retired at halftime. I think it was with Buffalo. It's kind of ridiculous, but he's going to be a great addition to our back end of the defense. So everything lines up this. We got the 10-4-1 Vikings. We're 8-7. Even though we've won 3 in a row, so have the Washington Redskins. Redskins 8-6-1. They have the tiebreaker. Our Hawaii Warriors still dominating. The best team in the NFL by a lot. So the Vikings are good. The Vikings are literally the number 2 team. So at least win or lose, hopefully win. We know that, if we do win, we beat the second best team in the NFL. Even though, 10 wins. If they lose, Detroit, I mean, they want to win. They're not just, kicking back, resting their starters. The Redskins, who are the Redskins playing? Does it matter? I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to overanalyze it. They have the tiebreaker. Very annoying. All we can do is do what we can do. Control what we can control. And that's going out there, going 4-0 in the episode. The first 4-0 episode, if we can pull it off, since we've been the Eagles. I know it's only been 1 year. But that would be huge for this team's confidence. And just finishing above 500 sounds terrific for year 1. And let's go knock out these Vikings, man. They're an older team. But, it's our time. It's our time to knock off one of the stalwarts, if you will, of the NFC over the last couple of years of the Vikings. It's time. Let's go open a kickoff. Didn't give them a whole lot there. I mean, this is a team we have built our roster significantly over the last couple weeks. Kind of would feel like that would, result in nothing if we can't beat the Vikings. But Culpepper, look at that. 36 touchdowns to 3 picks. We're going to need Joe Hayden to get a couple interceptions here. Shut down. We got LaShawn McCoy. They got Randy Moss. We are absolutely going to have to take away the pass. I mean, it's one of those things. I think about that just talking about it out loud. Take away the pass. Oh, and then they'll just feed LaShawn McCoy. And that has to be an interception, Joe Hayden.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
Come on. Culpepper was even thicker than Donovan McNabb. He ain't got scrambles like that. Julio! All right, 3rd and 11. Man, we've got to a point that I'm really happy with my front 4. Bunkley, Arakpo, Ndamukong, J.J. Watt. I mean, that's a really scary defensive line. I mean, Bunkley kind of seems like the odd man out there. Oh, there we go. Great tackle on LaShawn McCoy by Cam Chancellor and holding the Vikings to a field goal attempt. But very happy with the D-line, and Bunkley kind of seems like odd man out, but he's gone up superstar dev right before a very. It's always nice to have a guy that kind of comes out of the blue and surprises you. So definitely not worried about the future of this D-line. Great stand there. That's the worst PI call of all time. I wasn't even going to say anything. There's no way that was a PI. Wow. All right, third down. We're going 5 wide. I like Percy Harvin at the top or Gronk in the middle. Gronk, beauty. Touchdown. This is going to be a shootout. This is going to be a big-time shootout. Two of the best offenses in the NFL. Gronk over 1,000 yards on the year with that. 3rd and 4. Pretty close to obviously be where we want to be. Going up 21-10. I don't really know. We can go Gronk for the first down. I don't know how long it's going to take for Julio to get open, if he can. Let's see. Oh, well, we just get... Oh, no! No! Tackle, there we go. Jason Kelsey. But, Jesus, what an... Oh, an ugly. You can't have that. Against a team like Minnesota, the number 2 team in the NFL. You cannot have that happen when you get to the red zone. We got them in another pretty tricky spot here. 3rd and inches, and they're going to throw it. And it's wide open. Darius Hayward-Bay? Please don't say that's Darius Hayward-Bay. I think that was Darius Hayward-Bay. Oh, it was. One of the worst first-round pick wide receivers. Just torched us in the red zone. Julio! Oh, what a throw from Dante Culpepper. Getting destroyed by the Ndamukong Suh. Still able to connect across the middle with Vincent Jackson. No. God damn it. There we go. Julio. Oh, he get toe tackled. Who's that? I don't know who that was. A great tackle. Peyton Hillis? Peyton Hillis. Why not? What an equal man. One of those things that we haven't really talked about. Donovan McNabb is going to be 35. This could be his last hurrah. I don't expect it to be, but I've seen more shocking retirements than McNabb at 35 calling it quits. This could be all or nothing. The last chance for McNabb. Gotta find a way to win. Big play. 3rd and goal on the 8. Gotta watch Dante Culpepper. He's pretty much playing like Michael Vick right now. Very close to 100 yards rushing. Oh, why would we have J.J. Watt going cover? Oh, it's a blow play. D'Amico. Oh, he fumbles it. Yes! What an idiot. That was all by design. Get happy feet, think he can scramble because J.J. Watt just collapses. And then I think that's D'Amico Ryans coming in, forcing a fumble. What a play. That could have saved our season right there. Oh, 2-week. Jim Leonard has had the worst game ever, the worst PI, and he's just getting torched. Julio's 10th touchdown. You gotta be up. You gotta be over 200 yards right now. All right, Minnesota want any chance. They have to score a touchdown here. 4th and goal. That's some John Madden analysis right there. 4th and goal. Let's stop. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so, Greg Olsen. Cam Chancellor with a big-time pass breakup, and Philly goes 4-0 in this episode, does everything they humanly possibly could to try and make the playoffs. I don't know if we're paying attention to the ticker. We need to see a Washington loss.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Ah! 313 yards. Is that a record? It's the season. We won the game. We won by 14, so that's 1.5 stars. We had the turnover battle, which is worth half a star. If it is Donovan McNabb's last game, which I'm not expecting it to, but there's a chance. Perfect game. I think 158 QBR, 450 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. But Donovan McNabb, with those yards and touchdowns, got 1 full star worth of scoring. We had Julio, record-breaking most receiving yards in a game as a rookie. 7 for 330 and 3. That is 2 full stars from what Julio Jones just dominated and decimated the Minnesota Vikings. On a defense, you didn't get anything there. But it's straight up, it's a 5-star performance. A plus 10 upgrade at bare minimum, but a chance to spin the wheel. You know what to do for this wheel. You already know what it do. What are we looking for? There's no bad options, really. There's no bad options. If I had to prioritize it again, bottom option is always going to be pink special. And it's pick a team again. We straight up get another chance to get a plus 10 upgrade, and I already know what one we're going to do. We already, literally was an episode ago that we're kind of breaking. I mean, things could have changed because we've had some changes to the roster. I'm going to tell you, the last 2 runners up, we got Eric Berry. That was last episode. I feel like the runners up were Antonio Brown. I feel like we have enough playmakers at wide receiver that, I don't need that. Probably don't need Julio. No, probably don't need him. Probably we could have him. Probably don't need him. But Joe Thomas at tackle, gonna be a top priority. I feel like that could be the best. But we have had some players go up overall. Could change. Could absolutely change who we're gonna go for. But in my head right now, those are the 2 names: Joe Thomas at tackle, or maybe AB at wide receiver. Oh, god damn it! Second all time. 330. By 5 yards. I'm not gonna cheese it a little bit, but I'm gonna sim a week before, because I don't have to make my trade just yet. I want to see if we make the playoff. We're 9-7. You got 8-6-1 there. What? We're still behind them, so they need to lose. They need to lose. Because if we don't make the playoffs, at least we have a chance that we're gonna have another week where we can upgrade our players, which could drastically change who we want to use that plus 10 on. Or it could just be a good way to end the episode by bringing in a big player if we don't make the playoffs. Let's see. We need the Redskins to lose. We won 4 straight to end the regular season. Fuck. God damn it. That is brutal. The Warriors, #1 team in the NFC. And we're also the first team out. Not only are we finessed by a tie, we were able to make our record look halfway decent by winning the final 4 games. And that's almost goddamn eerily similar to our very first year with the Hawaii Warriors. If you remember that, we were first team out, and we dominate the final episode. We got like 2 tie. That's annoying. That is annoying. Hey, we have a chance to upgrade, though. Look at this. End of season upgrades. I'm going to spend these upgrades. I mean, I don't foresee us, in particular, upgrading Peyton Hillis, Gronk, or Julio. Definitely not in that scenario, but all right, at least let's try to add a big game-changing player for the offseason. Try to end this one on a high note. All right, so breaking down my short list here. I might as well show you the whole short list. And the decision, I think it makes a whole lot of sense, because I would, if I wasn't recording these so far in advance, leave this as an open-ended question for you guys to vote in the comments. But I want to show you the full decision-making on this plus 10. So here are the available upgrades that I was able to find. First up at corner, the first kind of noticeable upgrade, because we have a bunch of 84s. We'll be getting another 84. So Jarris Byrd or Devin McCourty. McCourty probably more so with that speed. But I'm happy with, Joe Hayden and Vontae Davis right now being our outside corners. Plus, we also still have Chris Harris that's developing into a nice player. We have on the defensive side 1 defensive end upgrade, and that is down here is Michael Bennett as an 82, which is kind of a position that we need to lock down another defensive end spot to really, we do have Brian Arakpo who flexes to a D-end, but to have a straight-up true D-end, Michael Bennett would be great, but he's on Hawaii. I don't really want to poach players that we had on Hawaii, and the reason why I say that, again, we'll just kind of skip through a couple positions. At wide receiver, we can either get a 94, 86, or 77 wide receiver for a potential plus 10 upgrade. And at 94, we have Calvin Johnson. To pair that with Julio would be pretty crazy, but obviously we've already had Megatron. Let's leave him there. I will take a Megatron, but I'll take a Megatron when we beat Hawaii. I don't want to just use a plus 10 to get a player that we've previously had. T.O., but he's 38, so I'm not really looking at that. At 86, we could get Chad Johnson, who's pretty old. Jordy Nelson, 27, superstar X Factor. I actually really do like Jordy Nelson, but and then you also could throw out a 77. No more Antonio Brown. He got promoted to, I don't know what he's at right now. 78. He's free, but Emmanuel Sanders, 25, 77 superstar. Another really talented wide receiver. But in reality, you know, I kind of low-key like Eric Weems. I like having that just obscure guy that makes good plays for us. So we're going to go back to the tackle spots. And a couple options at right tackle, because tackles are pretty much interchangeable. We could go up to a 90 or a 91. And we have Donald Penn here as a 90 overall tackle. But again, kind of like Megatron, kind of like Michael Bennett. It's from one of our old teams. I'm not, you know, over the moon about poaching away one of our old players. And when you look at left tackle, we have, you know, you can get Jason Peters, another kind of one of our old players back on the Houston Oilers. We can look at a 90 in DeBrickashaw Ferguson, who's 27 with a superstar, or we have Joe Thomas. I think Joe Thomas is the guy. We're gonna be trading for Joe Thomas. I think out of all the names that make sense, trying to avoid getting guys that we had on Hawaii, let's get a franchise tackle. Let's do it. Send them gods or it's not even like a brutal deal. Obviously, it's bad. You know, you're losing a player by 10 overall, but it's not like they're getting garbage. An 81 star, he's only 28. He could probably get up to 83, 84. So it's, you know, but it's a huge upgrade for us. Getting Joe Thomas, even though there's no X Factor abilities, I think definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer as a left tackle. So it's about time to pretty much wrap up the season. I guess we could quickly go through the stats and stuff like that. We had a freakish week from Julio Jones, clearly going to be player of the week, 7 catches, 330 yards. 5 yards short of breaking, or tying, 6 yards short of breaking the single game receiving record. But, you know, if he keeps playing like this, keeps developing like this, hopefully we get Donovan McNabb returning. Sky's kind of the limit there. Looking at our final regular season stats, most of these guys we had on our team. Donovan McNabb finished first in passing yards, 15th in touchdowns, almost 4,500 passing yards. I know just off the top of my head for Eagles records, kind of throwing out all the other records that might have been achieved in previous years. But that off the top of my head, that is, you know, the Eagles single season passing yard record. 29 touchdowns, 11 picks. Not bad. You know, for a guy that's 98 overall quarterback, might have thought we would break 30 touchdowns, but it just wasn't to be. Peyton Hillis. Here's something I want to see. Look at Peyton. This is literally the year that Peyton Hillis had his big year, because he was the Madden 12 athlete. So that was Madden, or would have been the 2011 season. That he was in his 2011 season. He had 1,100, almost 1,200 rushing yards and 11 rushing touchdowns. So we have 1,200 rushing yards and 9 rushing touchdowns. And then you look at the receiving. He had 390 receiving yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. So in the year that he became the cover athlete, he finished with 1,654 yards from scrimmage and 13 touchdowns. Here with us, he finished with, we'll round up, 15, 16, almost 1,700 yards and 15 in a better year. But at least we're able to replicate it. And Peyton Hillis, when he went off for the Cleveland Browns, Peyton Derek Hillis, according to Pro Football Reference, we've accomplished it, which is cool. Also got 5 rushing touchdowns for Donovan McNabb, putting him over 30 total. On the receiving, Julio Jones, 67 catches, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Really, you can see how much that final Week 17 game helped his final season stats. Almost 1,100 yards for Gronk, over 1,000 yards for Percy Harvin. And most of that was with us. We got one. When did we get them? Week 2 or Week 3? We won Julio Jones and Percy Harvin away from the Redskins. So most of that is with us. And getting 3,000-yard players is pretty cool. Almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns for Weems, and almost 4 and 6 from Peyton Hillis. Looking at the defense here, D'Amico Ryans. You know, in terms of total tackles, Cam Chancellor led our team because we got Davis and D'Amico pretty late, but 85 tackles for Cam Chancellor, 5 TFLs, 2 sacks. We got 14.5 sacks for J.J. Watt. I wonder, most sacks rookie season NFL. Did he break that? Nick Bosa? What? Tell me who had the most sacks by a rookie. There we go. ESPN, according to this. Jadavion, what? That's not what I'm seeing. Most sacks by a rookie. 14.5. By Javon Curse in 1999. Alden Smith had 14 in 2011. Dwight Freeney 13 in 2002. Reggie White had 13 in 1985. So we tied the record. J.J. Watt for the most sacks in a rookie season ever. Pretty cool. I don't really like the fact that the sacks beyond that aren't particularly great. 6 for Arakpo, 5.5 Bunkley. But I think going forward, with that being our front four, essentially, it's going to be pretty scary. They're only going to get better. 2 picks, Chris Harris. We had 2 for D'Amico that wasn't on our team. 2 for Joe Hayden that were on our team. I remember that week. So, I mean, from a sacks and interceptions, could be better. But you got to remember, we took over the worst rated team in the game. And it takes a little bit. Takes a little bit to build him up to that level. David Akers, sensational. Should probably be kicker of the year. Looking at the yearly awards, Michael Vick is the MVP for the nth amount of time. I think he's won it 3 times. Culpepper runner-up. Donovan McNabb coming in number 5. There's Adrian Peterson going off for the Hawaii Warriors. Jesus. Coach of the year. Not gonna lie. Probably should have seen Hugh Jarsel make that, given how bad the Eagles were coming into the season. The NFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Michael Vick. Donovan McNabb coming in at number 4. Defensive Player of the Year went to Landon Johnson. Whatever the hell that is. Okay. Well, Derek Johnson was on our team for majority of the year, and he came number 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Julio Jones. Nice. Jordan Cameron coming in number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to J.J. Watt. Nice. Chris Harris Jr. coming in at 6. Best quarterback went to Phillip Rivers. McNabb way down there at number 8. Best running back went to Sean Alexander. Peyton Hillis at number 3. Best wide receiver went to Julio Jones. Thing of beauty, man. Considering, we were getting pretty fed up with Julio Jones. There was a point there, a stretch of 3-4 games. I was done with Julio Jones. I was thinking he's the next Megatron in terms of overhype, but he really finished the year really, really nicely. For best O-lineman, we had Joe Thomas. We'll take it. We will take it. That counts as an Eagle. D-lineman went to Calais Campbell. J.J. Watt coming in at number 6. Linebacker went to DeMarcus Ware. DB, Eric Wright. No one. Best kicker, David Akers. Sure. Why not? Small victories. So, that's pretty much how we're going to have to wrap this one up. The plan will be, today's Wednesday, probably Friday. On Friday, we will do the entire 2011 offseason, which will have the 2012 draft and set things up for the 2012 regular season, year 2, with the Philadelphia Eagles here in season 3 of Flashback Pink. So I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. Our team, through this episode, has definitely have a newfound optimism that we are going to be very good next season. However, a lot kind of hangs in the balance on the rare chance that Donovan McNabb decides to retire, which would not be great, which would not be phenomenal. So that's going to be actually probably the big first hurdle, is simming through these playoffs and seeing who retires. But for that, that'll be coming to you guys on Friday, and I'll see you guys then tomorrow. We're going to have part 2 of the Kansas City realistic rebuild in Madden 20, and I'll see you guys then. Like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and see you guys later. Peace out.